Guardianship is a booming industry in our state, and it's been created to protect our elderly and incapacitated fellow humans.
But for In Your Corner's Katie Legrone discovers in the business of Florida guardianship, requirements are few, rewards many, and the rules, well, they clearly don't apply to everyone.
It's all corrupt, and that's what makes me pissed off.
James Vasallo,
I keep on going here,
won't stop fighting.
They are not for the elderly people that they're supposed to be guarding. They are just about their pocketbooks.
Especially when the battle
I keep on going.
is over his dad.
I can't talk about that. I miss him.
In 2014, a sibling squabble over missing money led Vasallo to hire a professional guardian to care for his aging father and protect his dad's money.
Sounded absolutely perfect.
But instead, Vasallo says his father's guardian took control of the money and went out of control spending it, from costly fees to outside hires.
Each one of them is sending bills, no less than $15,000 every bill they sent.
So she hired 4 lawyers that your father paid for?
Paid for. They do separate things, she said.
Professional guardians are court-appointed caretakers who manage the lives of those a judge deems are unable to care for themselves. And it's a growing business. Today, Florida has 551 registered professional guardians, up more than 120% from a decade ago.
But for a state program that grants strangers so much control and power, we found so little oversight.
They're multi-million-dollar businesses.
Dr. Sam Sugar is co-founder of Americans Against Abusive Probate Guardianship.
It's all about the money, baby.
The state doesn't limit how many people guardians oversee, and courts only set guidelines for how much guardians can charge. We found fees ranging from $45 an hour in Hillsborough County to $95 an hour in Palm Beach County.
It's an illogical system, and it's designed to benefit the court insiders far more than the best interests of the ward.
In 2 decades, Palm Beach County found at least $5 million in unsubstantiated expenditures and missing assets in guardianship cases. Pinellas County uncovered at least $22 million in questionable guardian spending. Still, it's a booming Florida industry. No degree required, just a 40-hour class, 1 test, a criminal background, and credit check. But even when those checks show red, we found some guardians still getting the green light.
Listen to me.
Like Kathy Johnson in Collier County, seen here in this online video taken by a frustrated client.
This whole guardianship is fraudulent.
According to the state, Johnson is a registered professional guardian, despite 2 DUI convictions more than a decade ago, which she neglected to disclose, and a 1992 personal bankruptcy she and her husband filed, both not disqualifiers, according to the state. Johnson told us by phone she wasn't interested in commenting, but would have her attorney reach out.
If you have a multi-million-dollar estate, should you be comfortable with somebody managing it who's been bankrupt personally? It doesn't make any sense.
It's the most rottenest, the most corrupt thing I've ever seen in my life.
Albert Vasallo died in 2016, 2 years after professional guardian Elizabeth Savitt took over. Last year, Palm Beach County stopped assigning Savitt new cases after she and her husband, a former Palm Beach County judge, made headlines accused of using their relationship to pad their pockets in court-appointed guardianship cases. While no criminal wrongdoing was found, a county inspector general later concluded Savitt was involved with corruption and collusion of judges and lawyers in several of her cases, and now faces becoming the first professional guardian to be kicked out of the state's program.
James, do you feel like you'll ever be able to let this go?
No.
As for James Vasallo, he tried to fight his dad's guardian in court, but a judge ultimately ruled against him. James remains angry at the system.
It's sort of like the Old West, you know?
No. The Wild Wild West was pretty tame compared to this.
There are things you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones. Have advance directives and make sure it's bulletproof. Put in writing that you don't want a guardian under any circumstances. And name about a dozen people who can assume that position. For more tips and how to report problems, head to our website. Katie Legrone, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you so much, Katie.